Greetings, everybody. I want to take a minute or two and offer a few bits of advice about our writing assignment for Unit 3. This is one of only 2 chances that you get during this term to actually write something for my review. And I want to take a minute or two to make sure that there's nothing confusing about the assignment. Actually, it respects your intelligence quite a bit and it challenges you a great deal. We've got this fact pattern about an incident that occurs in a bar. And what you're being asked to do is identify as many intentional torts as possible and also talk about as many defenses as you can. And I want to suggest that the most important thing for you to do here in terms of issue spotting is outline your work carefully. You're being asked to identify intentional torts, and you're supposed to come up with as many as you can. Okay, well, let's think. What are they? Assault, battery, false imprisonment, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Those are the big ones. We studied a bunch of others about topics like privacy and things like that, but the big intentional torts: assault, battery, false imprisonment, IIED. Each one of these breaks down into elements. Now, I imagine that the plaintiff in this case is going to allege at least 1 or 2 of these, and maybe the whole checklist. Okay, well, when you identify a tort that's at issue, what you want to do is break it up into elements and try to connect facts from the fact pattern with elements of the legal rule. That's the bottom line about legal research. We're trying to show the reader that we understand where the law and the facts touch one another. So that's what we're looking for in terms of the substantive content of this paper. But now, take a look at this. The page requirement is actually very short, 1 to 2 pages. So you're not supposed to be blabbing along about this for 5 or 10 pages. This isn't a term paper. This is a quick, short memo. So what you need to do is identify what's at issue, break it up into the elements. You might want to have a separate paragraph for each element, or you might find that you want to just have a separate paragraph for each theory of liability. I'm not trying to tell you to dictate to you exactly what your answer ought to be. But what I am trying to emphasize is that what you do want to achieve is an answer that is well organized and that is thorough. So keep in mind that you're being asked 2 different things here. You're being asked about the plaintiff's theories of liability, the possible tort claims that he's got, and you're also being asked about the defendant's defenses. And that's a big deal. Make sure that you've got a separate little section, either a separate paragraph or close to the end of the paragraph about each theory of liability. Make sure you've got a section about the defendant's defenses. And in the end, with regard to each theory of liability that you present, tell me who wins. Tell me who you think has the better claim, the plaintiff or the defendant. And incidentally, I'm not looking for a quote-unquote correct answer. What I'm looking for is for you to be well organized and thorough, and also to do it within the page limits. If you write 4 or 5 pages, you're going to lose points, not gain them. Try to fit your answer into a couple of pages. That's what the assignment is asking for, and that's what you ought to deliver. You know, by the way, a lot of courts these days impose word or page requirements on lawyers in our pleadings. So to impose a page requirement also respects your intelligence. And in its way, a short page limit can be more demanding than a long one. Okay, one more detail. Make sure that you've got a title page and also a table of authorities or some other reference page. Make sure that you follow the instructions as far as coming up with the right number and the right type of sources of authority. You're more than welcome to be in touch with me during the week if you've got questions or thoughts you want to share with me about this assignment or anything else having to do with class, and I'll very much look forward to reviewing your papers, hopefully before we get together for our Unit 4 seminar.